All right, welcome everybody. Trade recap June 26th. Let's make this pretty quick but knowledgeable. I got some places to be, so let's get right into it. So coming into this morning, let's take a look. I wanted to see London lows get swept, which was right here, and then maybe we can target this buy side, or we take out this buy side and data highs, which is right here, and then target this 4-hour unfilled, this hourly unfilled, and these London lows. So I was fine with playing both sides on the lower time frames. Obviously on the higher time frames, I'm still extremely bullish. We're very near all-time highs. Give me 1 second. Yeah, all-time highs are right here. We're right here. We're only about like 200 points off at this point. Let's see. Yeah, about 215 points off. So I am still extremely bullish on the higher time frames. However, on the lower time frames, I always play both sides. It doesn't really hold on. Doesn't really bother me, right? Because I'm only looking for like 30 to 60 point moves. A stop loss anywhere from like 15 to 30 points. So not big moves at all. So coming into market open, that's what I was expecting. Let's see what price ended up doing. What are we on? The 15 minute? Let's go to 5 minute. So while we're on the 5 minute, we can see price went straight to London lows and this 4-hour low. Start right here because this is where my first entry was. Price went straight to this London low and 4-hour fair value gap. It created an SMT. ES was all the way the fuck up here. It was literally just chopping. So there was a giant SMT. On top of that, if we drop down to the 1 minute, it also created an internal SMT as well. Let's take a look. Right here, we ended up sweeping this low out on what's it called, on NASDAQ and not ES. From there, we seen a 30-second inversion. I kind of got a late entry on it, and then I wanted to see this buy side and these data highs right here get taken out, right? So I went ahead and entered, and as soon as I entered, because there was also this 2 minute, so this is where I fucked up. There was also this 2 minute that was getting respected, right? But as soon as I entered, price went straight to my stop loss. And for two reasons, right? I didn't wait for the 2 minute inversion. I didn't recognize that we were accumulating and then we most likely wanted to manipulate. And then it was perfect for the market, not me, obviously, because I lost. But the market accumulated and it manipulated lower to this 1 hour unfilled gap. So I should have recognized that. It was personal error. Typically, I don't enter off of 30 seconds. I did today, and it bit me in the ass. So I seen that come down into this hourly, and then from there, we see a rejection of the hourly. Most people ended up taking this long right here with stops at the lows. Invert this tiny ass 1 minute gap, right? Very, 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 very tiny. However, I didn't feel comfortable with it. Why? Because my mental state had nothing to do with the setup at all. It had everything to do with my mental. I was pissed off already. First of all, I woke up hella late today. I was late to the markets, so I already wasn't feeling good. Then this happened, and I was like, okay, do I want to jump into another trade already? Let's see what happens. So let's just see what happens real quick and what plays out. So price rips all the way up here. This is a 15-minute fair value gap, this blue rectangle. So price ripped all the way up. So this is the trade most people were taking, which is absolutely ridiculous. I wish I took that shit. Price ripped all the way up, and once it got here, I was now experiencing real FOMO. And I just got over the point in my trading journey where my mental state was totally shit. But now it's really good, and I tend to control my emotions a lot more than I used to. But as we were ripping up, we created this 5 minute gap. Now, I didn't want to re-enter. However, this buy side with the data highs was still really, really good play, right? And so this 5 minute now became our condition. So let's see what price now did after creating the 5 minute. Price creates the 5 minute, drop back down to the 1. Let's see what happens here. Touch the 5 minute. We get a 1 minute gap. And then we inverse the 1 minute gap, right? So I entered off the inversion. But like I said, This is essentially an A plus setup, right? We get another accumulation leg, we get another manipulation down in the 5-minute gap. Now I want to see distribution towards buy side. However, my mental state was fucked up again. Well, not again, but still, like I was still pissed off about this for whatever reason, and I had FOMO about missing this, and I didn't want to lose this next trade. Why? I don't know, because I have a good amount of buffer in each of my 18 accounts. So I don't know why I was feeling that way. However, I just was this morning. So with that being said, I ended up exiting it out. I got exited out right here on this candle. I set my stop loss. I actually didn't have a stop loss, or not a stop loss, a break even set. Typically my break even set would be like right here above internal highs. However, today I seen it reject this 15-minute for value gap again. I was like, nope. And I moved my stops to break even. Well, letting emotions take over, I didn't lose, but look what price ended up doing, right? Straight to my take profit. So a couple lessons to learn here today, right? On the first trade, I learned here, let's drop down to the 2-minute. On the first trade, I learned to really pay attention. I never take 30-second inversions. I always take anywhere from 1 to 5 minute. So that was my first flaw, right? I could have waited for this 2 minute to get inversed or something else, right? My second flaw was we were in an accumulation zone. So I could have recognized that and manipulated lower. And then my third flaw was I knew this hourly unfilled was here. However, I didn't think price was going to go here. I thought it was protected because we had the London SMT, which is this white line, and then we had the internal SMT right here. So I didn't think price was going to go lower. However, after it played out, I now see why it did. It accumulated and manipulated straight into an unfilled hourly gap, which was honestly made it even more perfect for this setup right here on the way up, or this distribution. But again, I got FOMO. I got pissed off and missed this 1 minute entry. I was waiting for like a retrace, and then price just ended up continue going up. So it is what it is. It happened. My bias was correct, right, on both trades. Both my trades ended up playing out. However, I either A, entered too early because I didn't follow my rules regarding my setup, and B, on the second entry, I got break even because, again, I didn't follow my rules on my break even phase. I didn't overtrade. I ended up exiting the market because now, after I seen price hit the buy side, I was really pissed off. And even though I only lost one trade, which is fine, it's fine I lost, but I got FOMO and I didn't want to overtrade. And I just, like I said, I just got over that phase in my trading journey. So that being said, after I seen price hit this buy side, I went ahead and exited the market. Well, turns out the market didn't end up doing anything anyway, because from that point I would have wanted to take shorts. And as you can see, market is continuing to go up, and we might have actually hit all-time highs. No, we're almost there though. Now we are, from present time, not this morning, we're only 132 points away. So yeah, price ended up going up like another 115 points, something like that. But other than that, that was a trade recap for today. I was, like I said, bullish on the high time frames. I would have took shorts if this buy side got taken out first to the London lows and hourly unfilled. However, price accumulated right here, manipulated lower, and then distributed. And then yeah, like I said, all time frames are not practical. All time frames are fractal. They all move the same way, right? AMD models, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. No matter if you're on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 hourly, etc. So I failed to realize, or yeah, I guess you can say I failed to realize that today. And then this hourly, I shouldn't have entered because my original condition was this 2 minute, and I was waiting for that, and then I just essentially gambled the 30-second because I don't backtest that. I don't practice that at all. It's not what I typically trade. So it's technically, yeah, I did gamble it, but it is what it is, right? My stops was only 32 points, and I only risked like five micros. So the $300 loss day, but across 18 accounts. Excuse me. Add that shit up, it's like $4 grand. But you know, it is what it is. One trade tomorrow can bounce back from it. But yeah, that's a trade recap for today. I will be back at 9:20 in the morning in my Discord at LoeGpa. Links will be in the description with a daily bias, and then obviously another trade recap Friday after we are done trading. All right, so that'll be it for today.